What if I held the mic right here?
Hello, good morning. Welcome in to another episode of Good Morning Nasdaq right here on the Clover Trading YouTube channel. It is the 24th day of April, year of our Lord 2025. We got Mr. Mike Hudson, the Huddinator Huddie, here with us today, wearing his, um, gosh, what kind of glasses are those? They're called Elton John glasses.
Elton John's.
He's wearing his EJs, and we're back at it on a Thursday. Just what, including today, 5 days left in April. I hope you guys are having a great month of trading. I hope you are staying in your lane, committing to your patterns, making sure you're in everything that fits your criteria. I think there was a great learning lessons, a lot of them in April, in terms of having a few quality plays and a whole lot of time to sit on your hands. So I hope you guys got better, worked on your stats, worked on your studying, all that good stuff that we try to talk about and teach. But we're running out of time for April, and not a ton of plays on watch. We got some sneakers on watch, but not like we have a ton of volume in small cap land. We'll see if we get a pickup if the overall market continues to be strong, but generally speaking, that has been short-lived in recent history. We got Thomas in here, Sly Cosine, Wayne is back, the trade floor, Flo B, Sandre, William, good morning, good morning. Hope you guys are having a great day. It is Thursday. It's going to be 80 degrees here today. Can we all just sit back and think about how wonderful that is? Did you hear me, Huddy?
80 is good.
Are you going to be 80 for you?
Yeah, probably. It's been hot.
I just looked at my camera and I saw that I'm drinking out of a Christmas mug. It's like I only have holiday mugs. That's all I have. But it is my snowflake one, and it fits a lot, you know? That's why I like it in there. But how you guys doing? Get some questions going in the live chat. People will continue to filter in. Just want to do a quick check. Everyone in here right now, make sure that you check that you're subscribed. If you're not, it's not a big issue. It's not a huge deal. It can turn into one. It actually can. So we really hope that you will consider hitting the subscribe button, getting that number up towards 7,000. Hit that thumbs up button, get that number up towards 50. And yeah, link in the description if you want to check out. Just kind of posted that for the first time today. You can join Clover Academy for a little 30-day thing with the link in the description. If you want to join that for free, if you're like here on YouTube with us and you really like what we're doing, you're like, screw them though, I ain't giving them $1. That's some education we put together for you that you can check out for free and see if what we're teaching on a daily basis, if you have any interest in that. So link in the description if you want that. Hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button. And we need you to post some comments, some live chatting today, because we don't have any gappers. The biggest gapper we have is 58% on the day. We could hit it if we want. But if we're not even looking at them in terms of like gap and craps or anything, not a ton of info we need to get from them. I mean, the biggest one is BCTX, which is up 63% now. Do you want to hit that one, Huddy?
Whatever one you want.
Just in case it runs. Can you act like you're with me? What are you doing? Writing your gratitude journal? Are you?
No, I wouldn't do that on camera.
Yeah, lies. Lies. All right, we'll do BCTX and then we'll take some questions. And if we don't have any questions, then we'll just get out of here early and we'll prepare for tomorrow. Tomorrow being Friday and one more episode this week. Wayne says this market is killing me slowly. I think that's a wrong mindset, Wayne. I know you're in here all the time. We love to have you. But it's kind of a loser's mindset. You know, there has been opportunity, although it has been few and far between. There's been ample time in this market right now to get better, to increase your edge, to improve yourself, and prepare yourself for the next great opportunity, whatever that may be. Yeah, I don't like that mindset, though. You know, the market's killing. That's the type of if you allow yourself to feel that way about a slower market, you're just not going to be prepared when the market turns around. And that is when we're supposed to make our most money here in small cap land. It's very cyclical. It's very dependent on volume and momentum, and if we don't have any, then we don't have a lot of plays. But if we do have it in a 1, 2, 3 week stretch, that's where we're going to make the bulk of our money over a couple month stretch. So I think it's important that you guys keep a positive mindset throughout all markets and keep yourself prepared, knowing it's right around the corner. It's right around the corner. The next big play, the next big sector, the next big theme, whatever it is, it's around the corner. And stay positive with it. I've been trying to do that with my own trading, and I'll tell you what, even if you don't get the plays, it makes you not so sad all the time. And we trade a lot. We're here from like 8 a.m. to like 8 p.m., you know? So we might as well be happy, right, Huddy?
Right.
Huddy says, right, obviously. William says, key in this market is to learn, stick to patterns. There is nothing to force. Literally, don't take too long to learn that. Yeah, it's one of those things that can take you years to learn, that you can keep digging yourself holes when the market's slow or over trading bad opportunities and taking unnecessary losses. Or you can just learn that I'd rather study during this time. I'd rather go and do back testing crap like Huddy likes to do. I could go through and learn Spike Eat. I could go through and study trading tickers. I can go through and study all of our webinars, all the video lessons that so many people who are signed up for don't watch. You'll be happier. You'll be better off. And once you learn that, you'll be more consistent with it. TJ says, Kyle only drinks holiday wines. Kyle's Kyle. We just got to let Kyle do Kyle things, right? All right, let's do some BCTX. It's up 63%. We'll hit that real quick. Huddy's got a webinar at 9:15 with all of our 4-leaf and black clovers, correct?
Correct.
You're so pumped for that. You were probably taking notes for that, weren't you? You freaking
No,
sly dog. You were preparing for your webinar. Oh,
yeah, I was doing that.
The work ethic over here at Clover Trading is off the charts. Elton John, folks. All right, BCTX. Briacell Therapeutics wants to be Brian. Briacell.
John Lennon.
John Lennon. Is that who it is?
I don't know. I think okay, keep going.
I'll get a picture. Biotech with a 3.54 million float out of Canada. Huddy knows a thing or two about Canada because he's seen a thing or two about Canada. Overall risk is high across the board here in terms of offering ability, overhead supply, historical, and cash need. They don't have any cash because it's negative. Let's see if they have any news. 1 hour ago, they confirmed 100% resolution of lung I know the word. Metastasis?
Cancer.
Yes, with Bria OTS. And they announced that clinical data stuff a day ago. And today they're confirming it. It's 100% resolution. This would actually be really good news if it's like true. How many people were in this? So it looks like it's one patient. Currently under investigation in a phase 1/2A dose escalation study. Okay, so decent news for the world. Don't know if it's great.
Yeah, but
news.
2A is like
I don't know if it's great news
on.
for the stock necessarily. What do you see anything in offering? They got a S1 offering in progress from April, 10 million.
Yeah, and it looks like they had an amendment to that as of yesterday. So I'm not gonna like go into the amendment and even read it, but generally, like from what I know and from what I've read, like if you have an S1 and then you start seeing them amended a bunch, it kind of means like they're getting ready to use it, or it can indicate that in a number of different ways. So that's kind of a bearish flag as to why it's squeezing on the amendment. I don't know.
You know anything about Think Equity?
What's Think Equity?
I don't know. They're underwriter.
Oh, last two gaps on Think Equity that Flash Research talks about is that's all I can really go off of. And they say, what do they say? They say, here's the two gaps. The last one faded pretty hard, and the one before that faded pretty hard. So last two times they gapped up with Think Equity, they faded. That's what I know about Think Equity.
Okay. And yeah, looking at those days, you can see back on the daily chart, there's a big one from 9/11/24. We gapped up from 10 to 30, and we didn't really uptick at all. And we closed dead bottom at our lows, basically at green red. Yeah, if you were trying to sell someone on shorting gap and craps, you'd show them a picture of that candle, huh? Then we have another one on decent volume back in late January here, where we gapped up a bit into the sevens, did the same thing, closed pretty much at the previous day's lows. And then kind of been doing this little volume-esque thing where we kind of pop, set some higher lows, grind around. Some might argue this is like a breakout over 550, but this is not enough of a run for me to be like, oh, that's interesting, even though it is breaking out over resistance. Let's take a look at that on the intradaily. Yeah, so it has turned a little bit of volume down here, but has gotten stuff really hard and now was let out of its cage on this news, went from 5 to 12, and now it's trying to figure its life out. Only up 58%, but looking like in a weak consolidation phase right now. You have any extra thoughts here? History of failure.
History of failure, not a really like a multi-day runner. I wouldn't consider any of these levels breakouts. If this was gapping up more, I'd be very short biased on this. I am short biased on it. I'm just probably not going to touch it.
Yeah, right now we're kind of above that last gap and crab day where it topped out at 787. So we're above that right now. Call it a multi-month breakout if you want. Is that one it kind of technically is a little bit more over some serious resistance. Decent volume today of 14 mil, but high across the board. Lowish float, 3.5 million. Shouldn't be too terrifying though. And news is okay. News is okay. Kind of mixed on this because it's not really gapping up that much. So I almost feel like if it holds the $8 area, it's probably has a better chance of being strong. But its history is so weak that it's hard to get a grip on one or the other, which is why I don't trade a ton of breakouts that are not multi-day, because those at least have some precedent from recent history that they are strong. This one is kind of just like, it's pre-market, you know? Sometimes they hide and look really good in pre-market, and then they turn out to be turds. Turd sandwiches, right? Is that what you called them?
Sure. Dog water.
Poop on a fart? Is that what that's a quote from Huddie, yeah. How we doing out there? How we doing out there? Hit that thumbs up button. Only 29 likes. Kind of a little disturbing, I would say. A little sad. I thought you guys appreciated us more than that. 95 viewers right now. Let's get those all up. Just everyone message everyone you know. You know, remember back in the day when you could email, you get those threads and it was like, send this to 20 people or your aunt's going to get sick. You know that? You remember those back when we were children? AIM, AOL.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not doing that though. We're not making those claims. It's just remembering. Let's take a couple questions. Check the scanner. I don't really see anything else up more than that one, unfortunately. Throne says, is gels a reversal long since yesterday only hit $4 mil volume? Well, you know the answer,
No.
don't you? What was it? Like 80 something cents? What's 9 times 4? 360, so it was 300%. Was this the same day as TIVC? There's a couple of those, TIVC and gels today, that I forgot because I didn't have on my list. What is the dollar volume yesterday? Average of like 250 times. Yeah, it's technically not enough dollar volume. 7 mil is what Gritani looks at. That's the one bit of criteria that I will sometimes be a little more whatever with, especially if we have like some volume pre-market or some other reason that, you know, it's going to be more liquid than it was yesterday. Don't have that necessarily today on it. And I also I rewatched it recently just to see if he likes these red candles. You know, gapper, like basically, you know, this isn't a runner, right? It ran in pre-market, it topped out at 4 and then like faded all day. Like, is that enough to warrant like a backside bounce? I feel like we've seen enough of them where it is. So this would kind of be on watch where if there is a tight spread and big volume this morning before the 5-minute high break, or at least an increase over yesterday, it would be interesting. Same with kind of TIVC. I think TIVC fits criteria though. Yeah, like around 7 mil, but kind of similar days, similar charts. Wayne says, all right, I'll stay positive. Please stay positive. William says, watch the market for a few hours, then go enjoy life. Off desk every day by 11. I think Huddie's been doing a lot of that recently, of just trying to get out of here, put his stops in, and hit sauna class up for an afternoon sesh.
You don't know my life,
I know everything about your life.
unfortunately.
Sly says, whoever had the milk and milkshake take yesterday was valid. Well, Kyle's not here, so you're wrong. Halami says I bought BCTX with the news entry at 626, risk low day, sold at 908, 980. I bought it because the new 9/10 for my strategy. What? The news are 9 out of 10 for my strategy. All right. I don't quite know what that's all about, but I'm happy you winning. I'm happy you make money. Jabril says, Dom, did you trade USAR yesterday? I did. I did trade it. It's kind of like a relaxing first green day. We had a nice run from the 7s to the 18s. 3 really solid red days. I kind of love that on these because it's not your typical low float like reversal where I'm looking for like 3 halt ups in a row, give me 50% and call it a morning. Kind of knew that it was probably going to take some more time. It opened red, which is what I like. Kind of broke its 5-minute high and broke over the day's highs early in the morning after like 10 minutes. I got in at like 950s and slowly sold throughout the day with an average of like 1110 exit. It ended up going to like towards 1150, but it was a sneaky little winner. It was a relaxing little trade. Lucas says, SBEV watching for another squeeze today. It's on my watch list. It's on my watch list. I think I told Huddie and I both last night, we're like, uh-oh. Makes me wonder if I was a shorty thinking that the squeezy had ended. With after hours on, it's clearly off those highs significantly, but with after hours off, it is making higher lows and consolidating. So we'll see. Sometimes if they don't, the shorts don't win, the longs will win. Or I guess no one wins. Sometimes the short squeeze just happens and no one's in it. But that's definitely a watch as well. All right. Well, not a lot of comments besides that. Only 42 likes. Kind of depressing from that perspective, that angle. But yeah, 908 this morning. One last check on the gappers. Doesn't look like we have any. We don't. Huddy, I want you to talk for 1 minute about something that they need to hear right now.
Right now I'm making my watch list and planning my day or lack thereof, but there's still some things to be watching if you trade the framework patterns. There's a couple stocks that are up and extended and threatening multi-day breakouts and showing signs of first red days. So I would start to collect those tickers and not slack off because you never know where the next opportunity lies.
You do never know. And I feel like it's easier than ever in slower markets to have that list figured out, which is why I get so frustrated. That's my biggest annoyance of myself and mistake is when I miss a quality setup. Like if HCZ were to break out and work and go 12 to 15, that would be like inexcusable, and you should have that amount of honesty with yourself and you'd be able to, no one else is coming to judge you. We ain't coming and looking at your stats at night on Sunday nights to come criticize you. You got to do that a little bit yourself. Find the areas where you're missing the most amount of money, study that, focus on that, find a way to be more prepared for that, and find places where you're taking too big of losses, too many opportunities, too big of losses, too many losses in a row based off too many trades on a stock. Really just diagnose yourself with your issues. And right now in the market like this, you should be able to make your watch list every day, have all the tickers that matter on it before the open, and be really prepared and do what William said, be able to be in and out of here. Some days you might have to stick around if there are plays all day, if Hertz is an afternoon play, whatever it is. But right now, you know what you got every single morning pretty much, and you should be prepared for those opportunities if they set up. But we are going to get out of here a little bit early because there ain't nothing to talk about. You guys are a little quiet. I understand it. We all just want the market to run crazy. We want great opportunities one after another, but it's the ebbs and flows. You need the good with the bad, right? Because it makes you appreciate the good that much more. And so Huddie's going to head on over to his webinar right now for all the 4-leaf and black clovers. I'm going to go get prepped for the open. We will see you guys tomorrow, 8:45 a.m. for another episode of Good Morning Nasdaq right here on the Clover Trading YouTube channel. Keep your eye out tomorrow and Sunday. A couple videos coming out from the channel, so you don't want to miss those. If you want a little week recap of all the tickers that we traded this week, as well as a look into next week and the stocks that we're watching going into the new week, hit that notification bell. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And as always, stay classy. Right, Huddie?
Stay classy, San Diego.
All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow morning.